Now, wind shear, as you remember, is a rapid change in wind direction and/or the wind velocity. And it does not just happen at low altitude. Wind shear can occur at any altitude, at all altitudes, and also in all directions. In other words, wind shear can either be horizontal or it can be vertical. It can occur in all directions. Now, where are you going to find the most hazardous wind shear? Well, the places they ask you about on the test are the following: low-level temperature inversion, frontal zones, and clear air turbulence. And those areas, low-level temperature inversions, frontal zones, and clear air turbulence, can all give you very hazardous wind shear. You can also get it, even though it's not in the test answer, in the vicinity of thunderstorm activity. Let's assume that you're flying close to a mountain ridge. One of the types of clouds that you can see that tells you about a weather problem is a standing lenticular cloud, a lens-shaped or almond-shaped cloud sitting on top of the ridge, stacked like that, tends to be an indication of a standing mountain wave. And when you get this is when you have stable air blowing across a mountain ridge, and those standing lenticular clouds can have winds of 50 knots or more inside them. So that stationary almond or lens-shaped cloud sitting on top of the ridge indicates the crest of a standing wave and winds of 50 knots or more. And what will happen is the clouds form on top of the ridge, the air keeps on moving, the cloud will dissipate off the other end, and so the cloud does not appear to be moving at all. It just sits right there on top of the ridge. Now, you can anticipate turbulence, lots of turbulence, when you have standing lenticular clouds like that. And when you're most likely to get that is when you have strong winds blowing across a mountain ridge. How strong are winds? 40 knots or more, and the air is stable. If the air were unstable, then when it gets to the mountain ridge, it would tend to rise and form a thunderstorm. But when the air is stable, what you get instead is a mountain wave where the air comes to the mountain, goes up and down, and you can kind of see that shape in the lens-shaped cloud and creates turbulence. Winds of 40 knots or more, stable air, can give you that kind of mountain wave turbulence.